Hi there, my name is Gavin Davies and I am a singer-songwriter. I did a reaction video to the Warning Dust to Dust Knives Out. Made a bit of a mess in my very first one, so I redid it. And during the comments, and of which there were many, sort of decided that it'd be a good idea to go way back. Now, this is the first big video they did. Now, obviously, they'd done previous videos as well of them doing individual things and bits and pieces, but this is the one that started the Warning's journey. And it's called Enter Sandman, and it's a Metallica cover. Now, I honestly have never knowingly heard a Metallica song. I've not. It's not something that I would do. Yeah, maybe the latest James Taylor thing or the latest this and that and the other, but not really Metallica. It's not really my sort of thing. So this is the three young ladies. Now, Danny. There you go. So I'm trying to get that right. Pow. I think that's right. Yeah. And Ale. Is always Ali. Ale. I'm trying. And they look very young, don't they? I look at the size of that bass guitar. I mean, she's only a little bit taller than the bass guitar. It looks like a Fender. Yamaha drums. Anyway, come on. Let's listen to it, shall we? Now, apologies if it's a little bit loud at first, but I will rectify that, and I will get it full screen as well. Let's get it full screen. Here we go, full screen. And we go, is it on? Okay, yeah, it looks good to me. Let's play. Now, I'll probably recognise this tune. We shall see. Oh yeah, I do. I recognise this just from the intro. Wow. This is so cool. Oh wow, it's just so lovely to watch young people enjoying music, and I think I've got this right. I'm getting mixed up with the names now, but no pows at the back on the drums. That's some power from those drums. I think this looks like, because if you could see the window, I know it's slightly unrelated, but that's a proper studio window because it's got it's like a little triangle, you see, so that stops the sound. So it's a soundproof window. So I imagine this is actually a proper studio. Now, I don't know whether it's their own studio, which is possible, I suppose. But no, this is, well, it could be their own studio. It looks very well set up. So we've got overheads we've got individual microphones on the drums, and it looks like a Fender bass guitar, standard 4-string, and Ali, I think that's Ali, isn't it? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And the movement that she's sort of doing is like, it's almost like the other two sisters have said, look, you can't just stand there like a statue. Come on, just move a little bit. And there's definitely that like little rock, you know, from left to right, which I mean, she does perfectly well, obviously, as they get used to playing their instruments and things. But I think it's really, really cool. So yeah, is that a Gibson? Not sure whether that's an actual Gibson. One of you guitar people will tell me that. Let's listen to a little bit more of it. But I'm mightily impressed so far. Look at the power that Pow is having to put into that bass drum to try and get the amount of volume that she wants. She's almost falling off the drum throne trying to do that. That is so cool. My son plays the drums and those ones in the background there, and he's into what would you call it? I don't think it's the what are they called now? I'm trying to think of the name that they're called that he likes. Mike, I know it's Mike Portnoy, and he likes that sort of stuff, you know, the slightly heavier bits and pieces, as it were. Yeah, cool. I mean, I think Danny is the one on the right. Yeah, guitarist. Yeah, I'll get used to it eventually. Honestly, I will. And yeah, Danny it's got the Danny face, as everyone was saying as well already. It's nicely fixed in there, even at such a young age. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, wow. I mean, what a guitar solo. I couldn't do that now. Yeah, I'm not really big on the electric guitar. I'm more of an acoustic guitar person than me. You see this? Yeah, because I've got an acoustic. Oh, you can't even see that. Oh, there you go. I've also got another acoustic which was made for me, which is a beautiful PJE. Yeah, Patrick James Eggle. Now, on the bass guitar is huge, absolutely huge, isn't it, for her? And that little bit where she did a little bit of singing with her, that was so cute. It was really good. Now, when I started in my musical journey when I was 8 years old. I came downstairs on my birthday and there was this like red case on the top of I can't remember what it was now, like a little sideboard. And there was my birthday present. It was a clarinet. And I went off and played clarinet at school. But the story that I'm trying to tell is that I also thought, well, can I have a go at a saxophone? So I went into my school and said, if you've got a saxophone that I can have a go at. And they went, yes, we've got a lovely saxophone. Sorry, I'm trying to do the Brummie accent. That's where I'm from, you see. Yes, we've got a lovely saxophone and you can have it and take it home if you want to. So they weren't quite that broad in the accent. But anyway, so you can take it home if you want to. I thought I'd better do a bit of a sort of, translation there. There was one minor problem. And this, I think it was a tenor, no, it was an alto saxophone. It was an alto saxophone. Now, saxophone's quite big when you're sort of 12 or whatever it is. Bit like this guitar, you see. Huge guitar. It was a huge saxophone. But the saxophone wasn't the problem. It was in a solid wood box. Now, I lived 2.5 miles away from my school. So I had to carry this rather large wooden box, very large thing, all the way home. Now, I managed that once, and I was worried that somebody might sort of try and rob it off me as well. You know, a big box, small child, walking along the streets on their own, because, you know, we used to go, you know, we're from the time where you got given the latchkey, as it were, you know, and basically you got on with it. School time, yeah, come on, out the door, off you go. No, you're not getting driven to school. No, you've got to walk 2.5 miles. Anyway, I can imagine this young lady, Danny, is it? Yeah, I'm trying to get it right, So Danny, Danny on the right-hand side. Yeah, Danny, guitarist, Ali, bass guitar, Pow on the drums. There you go. So there's my little weird story. And we shall carry on. I don't like to stop it too long, but I'm supposed to stop it because if you don't stop it, then these copyright things all go all weird. And someone said that I could sit and watch the entire Pepsi concert and then sort of react to it and leave it. But then I've also done a bit of research, and a few people have got struck off for doing things like that. And I'd like to listen to the whole entire concert with you guys and react to it. And yeah, I would love to do that, but I don't know. I've also found that there's a little bit of controversy and a bit about people who are doing reaction videos. Now, I'm a musician. I started this channel to get my personal, original music out and about. And I spotted Angine de Poitrine, and I had to say something about them, and that did very well. Obviously, then I moved on and made a complete hash of good old Bandmade. And then someone asked me to do a warning. So literally all of these listenings that I'm doing, or reaction videos, are requested by you guys. It's not my thing, but I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. So honestly, I never thought I would, but I did. And I can tell you're just telling me, shut up and let's watch the last little bit of this video. So we'll do that. Okay. Well, I was nearly there, wasn't I? Anyway, I was nearly at the end. I really enjoyed that. I wonder how many times they did that to get this perfect one. I don't know how many times I have to do my cover songs. Sometimes, I'm working on Fire and Rain at the moment by James Taylor. And so far, I must have played that 100 times, and I'm still nowhere near where I want to be with it. But these guys, I bet they did it a few times. I wouldn't like to guess how many times, but I didn't. But that's a lovely. I've just flown off now. I've just seen the Yamaha kit now. My friend Ian Palmer, who's a nephew of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Carl Palmer's, he's very much a Yamaha, endorsee, as it were. His Zildjian Cymbals, Yamaha. Is that an AAX? It looks like an AAX. So they're Sabian Cymbals already. I got an AAX there. That one. I'm going to go and grab that one. I know it's a bit boring, but I'm going to go and grab it. Yeah. So I should have pre-thought this, shouldn't I? Yeah, I don't know. Told you I'm new. Right, this one. Now, my son and I, we went to see a guy called Carl Brazil. Now, Carl Brazil is now Robbie Williams' drummer. And we won this cymbal, because I couldn't really afford it. It's a beautiful sounding cymbal. Listen to that. Obviously, you're supposed to hit it hard. It's a crash cymbal. But the lovely Carl Brazil, let's see if I can get it the right way around. Wow, was that 2011? Wow, it was, wasn't it? Okay, so he signed it for us, you see, on the back. Now, what he said, I'm covering my face up now, but there you go, Carl Brazil. And what he said, I've just devalued this by £100. And believe it or not, when you start thinking expenses and how much all this gear costs, if I wanted to buy that new at that particular time, because it's an AAX, which is exactly the same as the AAXs that are on here, this was over £200. That's like British pounds. Just for that one cymbal. Having a drum kit is no cheap expense, I'll tell you. Put it back on there. Especially if you've got good stuff, then that is a very good drum kit, a very good bass guitar, and I think that's a Gibson, but I haven't looked close enough to see. So that they've got incredibly good taste. Now, lucky for them as well, and because of their wonderful expertise and and popularity, they got basically sponsored very quickly. So PRS, I think Danny was PRS, was she? Pow, DW Drums. I don't know whether that's sponsored, probably is, but she's won loads of awards and Drumeo and all that sort of stuff. But you see, now I'm not the typical. I don't know what a typical reactor is, but I don't know whether I am or I am not one of those. I'm not sure, but I read every single comment that you guys put down so far. Now, if this grows more, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to read every single comment, but I certainly will try. So from the comments, I've learnt what I've learnt through all of this. Now this, you can absolutely see why this was their launch platform. You so can. It's so professionally put together. Not only just the studio space, the instruments are high quality, the recording is high quality, the mixing is high quality, the singing is good, and they're definitely learning on the vocals side there, but especially the two younger ones. What do you expect from a 9 was it? 9 and 12 and something like that? I think it actually says on this video. Let me just shrink this down a bit. Danny 14, Pow's 12, and Ale, I bet you I've got that wrong. I think the other two are okay. 9 years old on the bass guitar. I mean, seriously. And I did comment on the way she's sort of, going for that. But the technique she's got on the bass guitar is very good. I mean, if you look at people like Paul McCartney, and Paul McCartney's a pick player. So when I say pick, he uses, some people will know exactly what a pick is, but just in case you don't know what a pick is, that will not focus. You're not supposed to put your hands in front of it. There you go, there's my pick. And that's a very, very light pick, that one. With a bass guitar, generally you'd have a heavier pick. Anyway, she didn't play by pick, but Paul McCartney does. yeah, that guitar solo that Danny did, phew, that was well above her years. Although 14, you know, she's had a few years of playing, but that is exceptionally good. Okay, well, I won't rattle on too much, as they say. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, do the usual sort of thing. My next video, I don't think I can do the entirety of the Pepsi concert. I don't think I can do that. Okay, I could do that, but I might get my channel shut down. I really can't risk doing that. If you guys have got any ideas of how I could do that. I was also thinking maybe splitting it up into so many sections and doing that. I think that should be my next point of call. Thank you ever so much for listening. If you do like what I'm doing, then, you know, let me know. That'd be lovely to hear in the comments. If I'm still on the right track, that would be good to know as well. And thanks for listening. Goodbye.